Imagine the population of two New York cities. That's how many people were diagnosed with cancer in 2012 alone. How many is that? Around 14 million people. In addition, 8.2 million people died from the disease in just 1 year. That's exactly one New York City. While these numbers seem large, they are only expected to increase in size. Within the next 2 decades, the number of new cases per year is expected to reach around 22 million people. Clearly, cancer is a huge global burden, and it is only expected to get bigger. But what is it exactly? Cancer is actually a generic term used to describe a large group of diseases, all of which have one common characteristic: uncontrollable growth of cells. While normal cells grow, divide, and die in an orderly fashion, cancer cells continue to grow and divide, outliving normal cells and continuously forming abnormal cells. Scientists believe this uncontrollable growth is often due to damaged DNA. DNA is the substance that directs all activities in every cell. This sort of damage to one's DNA can be either inherited or acquired later in life. In either case, the cancer cell will thus live beyond its point of optimal function while still taking up nutrients and space in the body. It will continue to replicate rapidly and eventually create a tumor. A tumor is simply a mass of cancer cells. After the tumor has grown to a certain point, it will need more oxygen and nutrients to survive, thus stimulating angiogenesis. Angiogenesis is the creation of blood vessels. It will use these newly created vessels to both access oxygen and nutrients and to travel around the body and potentially invade other organs. As the cancer cells continue to grow and replace normal tissue, they will begin to interfere with vital organ functions and the body's delicate balance of chemicals. For example, if cancer reaches your lungs and takes it over, the lung can collapse and prevent you from breathing properly. Meanwhile, if it reaches the liver or bones, it will disrupt the body's chemical balance. All of these occurrences demonstrate ways cancer leads to death. Another way that cancer kills is when the body simply cannot sustain the burden of a tumor. Tumor growth requires a lot of energy, so the tumor will burn through energy stores that healthy cells also need. This puts an extreme amount of stress on the body and its metabolism, which eventually gives out and dies. If the tumor burden does not directly cause death, it can also weaken the body enough so that it cannot fight infection. However, don't let my explanation of cancer fool you. There are still many things scientists do not understand about cancer. If we want to meaningfully intervene in the huge global burden that is cancer, we should and must keep fighting to understand its mechanisms and molecular underpinnings.